What's good? It's your boy Suppressors Only, and I'm back on this YouTube grind, I guess. Uh, I'm gonna probably make videos a little differently from now. Like, I might still stream here and there. I will probably post some gameplay or just stuff about certain games that I find interesting or I think you all might like, etc. But I think for the most part, a lot of my videos will be about like certain things that just happen on the internet, maybe issues that's going on, but it'll just have gameplay over it. Because I'm not gonna lie, the internet really did like you always can find something to talk about on the internet, and I think that's one of the like cool things about it, whether it's bad or good. But anyway, I guess like today's topic, what I really want to talk about is Andrew Tate has been arrested again, and if you don't know who Andrew Tate is, let me just try to give my most unbiased opinion on him. He was supposedly like a male influencer. He gave advice for to young men, had a very big influence on like young men on like how they should go about like on the world, about how they should go about like dating females, all that type of stuff. A lot of feminists called him a misogynist, and uh, you could honestly call him misandrous too. Like if you see some of the videos that he or clips that he has like made or talked about, like you can definitely say it's either or. But some people like him, some people love him. But recently, or a couple months ago, he was indicted or arrested for sex trafficking, but they let him go. I think they only could hold him in like Romania for like 90 days. So I think what was it like a month ago, a couple weeks ago, he's been released, but now he's been charged again with sex trafficking and the great word. I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but yeah. And I just want to talk about it, and I want to pull up clips or photos that I found from like news documents that would basically inform you guys. So if you want to pause this and read it, you can, or you could just go on CNN, the news page. It's right there. But basically, it just talks about how Andrew Tate and his brother and two other females have been charged for like crimes against females. But what really kind of like, if you know or have done like some research on Andrew Tate, this is what makes it really kind of interesting. That he admitted this basically in one of his. If you ever, I'm gonna send you the link for it in the comment section. But he talks about how basically he used other women to basically lure in other females to get them into sex work. In one of his videos, he says like, "Yo, he explicit like this is exactly what he says. He uses his bottom bitch to convince newer girls to work for him." And then he also says that this is like where it really is sex trafficking in a way, or it's just grimy straight up, whichever one you want to look at it, whichever way you want to look at it. But he says, yo, he gets these girls to fall in love with him, like him, whatever, and convinces them to basically do webcam shows or whatever. And then he says like, oh, after like they make like a certain amount of money because guys are just sending the money. He tells them like, yo, quit your job. At this point, they're kind of dependent on him or their business or whatever. Also, like keep in mind that he flies them out to Romania or flies them out to Europe or whatever, and like so they're reliant on him at this point. But also he says that like he keeps a certain percentage. Like he tells them like, yo, it's a 50-50 cut. But in actuality, it's not actually a 50-50 cut. It's more like probably a 70-30 cut. And he actually says this too. He says like, yo, make sure that you're not giving her all like her cut. Keep that like so you have more profit for you. And he also that a random girl would like she would she's only in it for the money. She's gonna keep like you can't finesse her basically because she's strictly in it for the money, and when you don't give her a cut she's gonna leave or try to sue you, etc. And like these are all clips that he has posted online, and that's honestly one of the reasons like I don't like when he first surfaced and everybody was hating on him. I didn't want to just hop on like a bandwagon of like whether I support him or not or anything like that. I legit did my own research, and there's two real things that made me like turn away from him. Like, yeah, this is a shady guy right here. He's really shady. And the first was honestly that what I just talked about, how he steals money from females. And the second was it was a picture of him abusing this woman, and I don't know whether people say it was real or not. I believe it was real. That kind of made me just like turn away from him and like not really watch him, like But it's very like if you it's very easy to understand like why a lot of young men would want like follow him, you know, just because of like when you're young, especially if like things aren't going your way, especially as a guy, it's easy to fall down these red pill holes. And like these people they'll tell you this and this and this, but a lot of them are just misogynists. They're not even really for men. Like there's a lot of podcasts like that. But back onto like Andrew Tate. The second screenshot I want to pull up is this. And honestly, take this with a grain of salt because I don't know how reliable that source is. But um, here's what it says. It says that like basically he has mafia ties. His casinos has ties to the mafia, and like he says he owns multiple businesses. So I don't exactly know how much he makes in a year, but if like on paper you're making this much and on social media you're posting like this much, obviously that can spark some type of investigation, and especially like during his estate raid that he had last year, well in the beginning of the year, the police in Romania could have found some other evidence that showed that he might have had some more illegal activity, and like it may have just like been like what, oh, sex trafficking, like that's might have been the reason why they came in there, but they might have found something else. I don't know how the laws in Romania work, but through that could also lead, like that could lead to them just investigating him further, you know. Now, honestly, like if you're an Andrew Tate fan right now, uh, it's not like looking really good for him. And to be honest, I think like this time they're probably gonna stick him with something. Like they're gonna find something to stick him with. Like it's gonna be anything. But like for example, let's say it's sex trafficking and rape, right? Then I would truly do believe everything else will be like put on him. That they're gonna hit him with like everything, all the charges. That like he's gonna be found for everything. But say if he doesn't get hit with like sex trafficking and rape, right? I honestly do believe that they're gonna hit him with uh, some other charge because he it seems like he's been doing a lot of shady stuff. Uh, However you want to look at it, especially like if you listen to like the audio and stuff about like how he makes money, it doesn't sound very legal. Like it sounds a little sus. Okay, it doesn't sound very legal. Uh, that's basically it. To be honest, I'm at the end of the video now. If you like more videos like this, just let me know. I'm gonna try to do a lot more. Like I really want to talk about like just issues going on in the world, certain things, stuff on social media, and just have like gameplay like this over in the background, and just while we talk about it, I wanna definitely do that a lot more. And I promise I want to fix up like my vocabulary. I want to make the videos a lot clearer. Honestly, I want to make them a lot longer and provide you guys with a lot more screenshots. And if you made it to the end of the video, thank you. I appreciate it. Please drop a like and a sub. Like it really does help me out a lot. I really appreciate it. And then I know like who likes my video. It helps me improve honestly. Uh, if you want to know what game this is called Chivalry 2. I think it's free on PlayStation. Like if you got PlayStation Plus, I'm pretty sure it's free. I mainly use the crossbow on this, but it's a fun game if I'm being honest, especially if like medieval games. It's really fun. Uh, so that's pretty much the end of the video. And anyway, I'll drop something else soon, or I'll keep you updated on what happens to Andrew Tate. Anyway, thank you. Have a good night.